Good morning, everybody. I just want to let you guys know that when you're dealing with God and when God tells you something, you cannot have selective hearing. What is selective hearing? Selective hearing is when you pick and choose or decide what you want to do when God tells you something or whispers something in your ear. You pick and choose what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You cannot pick and choose when God has given you an assignment. You cannot pick and choose when God has given you a word for somebody. You can't pick and choose when to do it or how to do it. You have to do it in the order and the timing that God has gave you that word to do it in. You cannot pick and choose when you want to do what God said. If God told you to do it now, you do it now. If he give you a right now word, you say that right now word. If he told you to do it tomorrow, you do it tomorrow. Don't pick and choose when you want to do it. Do not be lazy with God. He is not lazy when you are being blessed. He is not lazy at all. God is not lazy. He's not lazy when you ask him for the things you need and the time you need it. An example of selective hearing. In the Bible, it was Jonah. God told Jonah to go to Nineveh to tell the city that they are about to be destroyed because they were in so much sin. God was about to destroy that city like Sodom and Gomorrah. But Jonah, instead of going to Nineveh to tell them what God told him to say, he got on the boat and he went the opposite direction. So what God did is he made something happen to that boat, to the point where Jonah was so scared, he went and did what God told him to do. So once God told Jonah to go, once Jonah decided to go to Nineveh and do what God told him to do, the city of Nineveh started to fast and pray, and they became holy. So God did not destroy the city. He sacrificed that city. But if Jonah would have went there earlier, it would have been a better outcome. If Jonah would have just went to the city like God told him to do at the appointed time God told him to do it, then it would have been different. You cannot pick and choose, because if you pick and choose when you want to do what God says, or if you pick and choose the way you want to do it instead of the way that God has it planned for you, then it's not going to be the right outcome. It's not going to be easy for you. It's not going to be a smooth transition. It's going to be some type of distraction or something going wrong because you are being disobedient to what God has told you to do. Please do not have selective hearing when it comes to God. Be obedient to what he speaks to you. Don't second guess that voice that you hear. It is God. God will never lead you in the wrong direction. God will never tell you to do anything wrong. He will always be there with you. He says he'll never leave you nor forsake you. Please, 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 please do not have selective hearing. Listen to what God has called you to do. Do it at the right appointed time. And take the easy road that God has set out for you.